a handful of Democratic lawmakers in the House and the Senate want to bring forward a measure to add 4 justices to the Supreme Court. The proposal faces an uncertain future.
We are here today because the United States Supreme Court is broken. It is out of balance, and it needs to be fixed. Too many Americans view our highest court in the land as a partisan political institution.
Senator Ed Markey from Massachusetts supports the measure, along with Representative Jerry Nadler from New York. But Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says there is no timetable to vote on adding Supreme Court justices, also referred to as court packing. Joining us now to talk more about this is John Malcolm, Vice President of the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation. John, welcome back. Always good to see you. We have a lot to get to, but first, I'd like to get your reaction to the Judiciary Act of 2021, that 2-page bill proposed by some Democratic lawmakers to add more justices to the bench. What do you think?
Oh, it's a terrible idea. I mean, the entire notion of packing the Supreme Court is a blatant attempt for the 2 political branches of government to exert influence on the one branch of our government that is supposed to be independent of politics. Then Senator Joe Biden several years ago referred to this as a bonehead idea, and I sure wish President Biden would listen to Senator Biden. He's just appointed a commission. It's supposedly a bipartisan commission. There are 36 members. You could count on one hand the number of conservatives on that commission to study this issue. But the progressive base of the Democratic Party they're not content to wait 6 months for a report to issue from that commission, which is why these 3 Democratic congressmen and Senator Markey from Massachusetts have proposed this bill.
John, what's the danger of expanding the Supreme Court, and how would it impact this country? And also, is this something that's even constitutional?
Well, it is constitutional. The number of Supreme Court justices is not set in stone in the Constitution. However, with the exception of 5 years in the immediate aftermath of the Civil War, the number has been at 9 since 1837. Shortly before she passed away, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that 9 was a good number and that any attempt to pack the court was a very, very bad idea, that it would erode confidence in the court. And Justice Stephen Breyer said very much the same thing last week in a speech at Harvard Law School. I mean, this is all being done for one reason and one reason only, and that was because Donald Trump got to appoint 3 justices to the Supreme Court. So it is not an accident that this piece of legislation would add 4 justices, one more than Donald Trump had, which would then create a 7-6 majority for democratically appointed justices. But it's a horrible idea. Franklin Delano Roosevelt attempted to do this in the 1930s when the Supreme Court was striking down parts of his New Deal legislation. And even though the Democrats overwhelmingly controlled both houses of Congress at the time, they categorically packed the court because they recognized for what it was, which was a blatant political attempt to influence the court.
John, I'm wondering, ultimately, what do you think is going to happen here? How do you see this all playing out?
It's hard to say how it will all play out. There's a lot of pressure from the left on the Democratic Party. In order for this actually to pass, not only would you have to have the votes in the House, and you have to get all 50 Democrats to agree that court packing was a good idea, but then you would have to get them to agree to eliminate the legislative filibuster. But these are strange times. There's a lot of pressure on the Democrats to act, so it is not outside the realm of the possible, but it would be a horrible thing.
Okay, John, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we have to leave it right there. John Malcolm, Vice President of the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation. Thank you so much.
Good to be with you.